And right now we've got three guests, which I'm very pleased to have here. And we're going to be talking about a different play. It has to do with religion. It has to do with doubt. How's that for a lead-in? John Birchler is the director, and with him, he's brought Jenn Pines on and Christina Jones. And we're going to find out more about the play and why it's an important play for you to see. Tell us a little bit, John.
Well, I'm glad you said that the play is about doubt, because that really is the focus of the play. I think a lot of people, and I was one of them back in the day, believe that the play is about the church, guilt, innocence, and it's not that.
No, it isn't at
all. That's the milieu for the story, for the idea. But the play opens with a sermon about doubt, and the very last word of the play is doubts. And I was surprised to learn recently, fortunately early enough in the rehearsal process, that John Patrick Shanley, the author, decided one day to write a play about doubt, and then eventually was inspired by, I'm trying to think how to phrase this, the doubts that people had about the stories about weapons of mass destruction.
That's right,
our jumping into the war with Iraq.
Yeah.
Why this particular milieu for that metaphor, I don't know, but I'm glad it's there.
Yeah, that's interesting. You've been very active in theater for a long time, and you've
couple of decades.
Yeah, and I know that you work in different theater groups.
Yep.
What brought you to the Classic Theater Guild and this play in particular?
One day I received an email suggesting that if anybody was interested in directing with this group, to submit. So I did. I submitted several plays, and this was the one that they went with. The play is mesmerizing to me. It's brilliantly
It's a wonderful.
written.
Caprep did it recently. Well,
yeah.
a couple of years ago, I think it did it.
And it is a thought-provoking, thoughtful piece of literature. And I was an English teacher, so I love that.
Yeah, I can see that. Now, Jenn Pines, you've been on the show before. Yes. You've been in a number of productions. You play Sister James?
Correct.
She's the young nun, right, that's kind of innocent, and she's got another nun that isn't quite so... Tell us about the characters.
Sister James is pretty much the epitome of innocence in this. You see in the beginning she's a young nun, a teacher, and she wants to believe very much in her class and her students. She wants to inspire them, and she wants to find the best in everybody. And you can see throughout the play that my superior, played by Laurie Porter, Sister Aloysius, she's
a very good actor.
Oh, she's brilliant, as is our father. You can see Sister James's character kind of deteriorate through the entire show, because she starts up here, and little by little Sister Aloysius is encouraging her to be more formal, less connected with the students, and so she begins having doubts, and then with the entire suspicion, towards Father Flynn coming up, she's uncertain what to look at anymore, and so her positivity seems to get crushed.
Diminishes, yeah. One of the most powerful characters, I believe, in the play is Christina Jones. That is a powerful, it's not a huge part, you're not on the stage the entire time, but it is a powerful part.
It's an amazing scene for any actor to do.
Incredible.
And I'm so honored to do it again. This is the fourth time I've played this incredible character. And like you said, she's only on for maybe approximately 7 minutes, but in that 7-minute scene, that exchange with Sister Aloysius, she's the only person in the course of the play that really challenges her effectively. And it's interesting because as a black woman going into that situation in 1964, she's already at a disadvantage socially, but because of that, she can stand up to her because that's her son. And she's going to do anything to protect her son. Like she says, it's just till June. Just get him through, just till June. Every time I do that scene, when I walk off stage, I feel emotionally spent.
That's what I'm saying. It's a powerful.
And having a scene partner like Lloyd Porter to work with me has just been an amazing experience. It really has. Absolutely.
And who plays the priest? Because that's
Dan Martin. Yeah.
Okay,
Dan Martin, who was in Cuckoo's Nest, who was John Proctor in The Crucible. Yeah.
That's I mean, these are parts that really tax you, you know. And I've always felt so. I mean, the poor priest. That's kind of how I feel. The poor priest. What's going on there? We don't. I mean, is it really ever resolved?
No, it isn't.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that Dan and I talked about whether Father was guilty or not.
Yeah, I know.
And he said, "I have my opinion, but I'm not going to tell anybody." And I said, "Good."
Yeah.
And I have my opinion too, and I'm not going to throw that out at anybody either.
But this is what it's all about. It's about doubt, because you don't. There's not a lot of I don't want to say there's not a lot of resolution, but in a way, it kind of leaves you the Lady and the Tiger type thing. You know, which door do you open? You don't.
Exactly. It's very
And that's what's powerful about a play, when you don't know the ending and you walk out. You know.
Everybody changes in the course of the play to
Yeah.
at least a small degree, and the character who changes the most is Sister Aloysius, because she's the one who talks about having doubts at the end.
Yeah.
And she was the one
No,
from the
she had
beginning
no
who
doubts
had
at all.
absolute certainty.
Yeah. Well, and when can they see this?
It opens this Friday, May 31st, runs Saturday and Sunday as well, and then we pick up again next Thursday, June 6th through the 9th in the Fenimore room upstairs here at Proctors.
Proctors, yeah. And how's the set? The set is pretty simple, isn't it?
It's more complicated than I thought it would be.
Oh, really?
You have to
Okay.
put two different sets on the same stage, really, because
because
part
you
of
got
the show
the-
takes
the-
place in
this
the
garden.
office.
Yeah.
The other part takes place in the garden,
Garden,
in near the convent, or between the convent and the rectory, I should say. And then there's also a couple of sermons that take place in a church, but we don't really give you the church.
Okay, you give us the sermon, though.
We give you a pulpit.
You get the
A
pulpit,
and
right.
sermons.
Karen, I know that you're active in a number of theater groups, and you're also involved with Upstate Independence, which is
Right.
film. And I can't imagine how you stay on top of everything.
I've been very fortunate to have so many wonderful opportunities. I wasn't counting on doing any theater on this side for, ever, to be honest, but John was kind enough to send me an email asking me to be part of this cast, and of course, I had to take advantage of that.
Yeah,
'cause
absolutely. And you've done directing. You've done a lot of things.
Yeah.
So. Well, if you'd like to see the play, you can get your tickets through the Proctors box office. You can go to their website to learn more about it. They have a really good website there that you can check out. And they do have, this is your last production for the season, I think, isn't it?
Yes. Well,
Oh, you're doing something in the summer.
Yeah, for the formal part of the season,
Yeah.
yes, and then we have Helderberg that starts in July.
So, and then we'll talk about that
talk about
another
that.
time. I mean,
Yeah, in a
this
few
is
weeks.
what a great. And if you've watched this show before, you know that I do celebrate the arts in this art community. When we talk about quality of life, I believe that part of the quality of life has to be not just the parks and things like that. You need to enrich yourself, and we do it through music, we do it through the graphic arts, we do it through paintings, we do it through the theater. And I encourage you to support all of these organizations that are doing really good things. These people are all volunteers, and they're trying to make your life and your community a little bit better. So please support them. Get out there, buy some tickets, and enjoy it, and applaud, and say yay, and tell them to break a leg, whatever. So,